Importantly, and maybe one of the hardest parts, is steady funding. You need a mix of funding from local, state, and federal government. You also need foundation funding. That part's hard, and achieving that steady state of funding is really important to achieve this work.
It means funding for programs that are tackling these kinds of social inequities by saying that part of the inequity is actually related to the inequity in power when it comes to doing research, right? And so that means funding long-term the processes that lead to conducting effective community research. And oftentimes that means long-term sustainable funding for projects. That includes things like building and working around these incredibly important aspects of community-based research, which means relationship building, building trust, and a long-term investment.
By having that sort of trust and building that trust within a community, it can go a long way. And community members don't just see researchers, journalists, those who are donors who have, a large amount of money to, try to wave a magic wand and fix everything. But if you have more of that sort of empathetic relationship with community members, it goes a long way when trying to resolve some of the issues that are arising in communities across the country.
Is that when you go to look for more funding, and the federal agencies are looking for community participation, that's the mechanism through which you can find the right people who want to participate with you in going after this funding. So I think a real key going forward is that we institutionalize that. Right? If you have a research institute that is purportedly doing community-oriented policy-type research, at the very top, driving all of it strategically, should be an advisory panel made up of all the local the stakeholders.
So our advice to researchers, and in turn to funders, is to build in time at the beginning, before actually starting a research project, or whatever the endeavor is, to have time to get to know one another, sharing a common language, learning, having researchers learning about the community and what drives their interest in research, and having community members learn what drives the researcher's interest. What's the mutual interest in this? Investing time at the beginning of that relationship can help reassure the community that the researchers actually are interested in the community.